program to bring you a special report.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? Okay, so we're going to talk about how Black women create resentment and hostility between themselves and Black men. And we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into the Drake situation. If you watch my video that I did earlier about it, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch that video after the stream, okay? You definitely want to go ahead and watch that video, okay, where I explain the origin. And just briefly, because I don't want you clicking off trying to go look at it right now. Just briefly, basically, there's an IG model who is unnamed. We don't have her picture, what have you, that is allegedly angry with Drake and wanting to sue him because he placed hot sauce in a used condom in an attempt to kill his sperm so that she or any other woman really can't go behind him and attempt to inseminate herself without his consent. She went and did exactly that and burned herself. And so therefore that's why she is angry with him. Okay. So thank you, Joe Average. Said thank you for the purple. No problem. I got 150 people watching. I got 78 likes. So you gotta bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta So please go ahead and hit the like button. Jump out real quick. Hit the like button. Jump back in because we have some things to really discuss. Now I touched on a few things in the video, but you know there's always more. There's always more we can talk about because, like I said earlier, the internet is abuzz about it and they're laughing, right? And more or less they're laughing at whoever this woman is. They're laughing at her, okay? And they're kind of making a joke with Drake, like, ah, ha, ha, you know, you almost got caught up, you used the hot sauce, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. It's a big joke. And that, to me, is one of the biggest issues with it, is that everybody thinks it's funny. Everybody thinks it's funny that it's a man's life that was potentially just threatened by a hyena that couldn't give two cares about this man. It's funny, the potential of ruining a man. This is the society that we live in, where it's a funny thing. It's a joke potentially that a woman could threaten a man in this way. By going behind his back and without his consent, potentially without his knowledge, force him into fatherhood and force her way into this man's life in such a way. That's the first thing I really want to kind of touch on a little bit. Is the audacity. It's the audacity for me. The entitlement for me. That we live in a place, thank you, Hank. We live in a society that rewards women like this. Now, okay, let me not put the cart before the horse. Let me talk a little bit about this woman's thought process, because she's the one that put it out here. She's the one that put it out here. She's the one that put that business on a blog. Okay? And she put that business on a blog really, really thinking that by her coming out and saying that she was physically harmed by the fact that Drake placed hot sauce in a used condom to prevent her from doing exactly what she attempted to do, that somehow that would make him look bad. He would be seen as trifling because he did something that ultimately resulted in her and physical harm. The reason she thought it would look bad for him and not her, because trust and believe, if she thought that was going to be an L for her, she would have never said nothing. Because women don't like to be embarrassed. Women don't like to admit to things that embarrass them. Women don't like to admit to things that make them look like the bad guy, that makes them look like an idiot. Women don't like to admit to stuff like that. So the very fact that she went to a blog voluntarily, nobody knew of this encounter except Drake and her, and maybe whoever else saw him interact with her. Okay? The blogs and the media outlets did not know about this. She went to tell that business. The very fact that she went to tell that business lets us know that she thought she was in the right. Thank you to Renzo. Said etymology of funny, fun, diversion, amusement, mirthful, sport. 1727 earlier, a cheat trick, a cheat hoax. You all know words, cast spells. Thank you to Renzo. The very fact that she went to go and say it is what lets us know she thought she was in the right. She thought that people, other women specifically, would take her side. I got 254 people watching, but I only got 156 likes. So we got to get the likes up. Okay? We will not. Here's what we not gonna do today. Cause see, I'm not really in the mood because I told y'all last week I was mad with y'all, and I'm still mad with y'all. Here's what we're not going to do. We are not going to talk about whether or not this individual woman was black or not. And the reason we're not going to focus on whether or not this individual woman who was dealing with Drake is black or not is because black women do this from all walks of life. You can find the chick in the hood doing the same thing to the doughboy because that's a come up for her, as you would find any of these little IG Insta thoughts doing to these so-called high earning, high value men. They do the same thing. Black women engage in this behavior. Same thing like when I was talking about Danny Lay and the baby. Black women get caught up, young black women get caught up like that every day. So we're not going to play that game because I'm talking to black women. Because black women engage in this behavior. I don't care whoever else do it. Other women engaging in the behavior does not negate the fact that black women do it. So I don't care if she was white, Puerto Rican, polka dot, or Burberry colored. Black women engage in this sort of deceitful behavior from every socioeconomic status. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about it because that's what's going on in our communities. We're going to talk about it because it's about time that a lioness talk about a hyena in plain sight. We're not doing no more hiding. I'm not playing semantics. I'm not going to play a word game. We're not going to play a color game. I'm not going to play none of that. Because if black women were not overwhelmingly engaged in buffoonery and foolishness, my channel wouldn't exist. And we be talking about something else. We be talking about how wonderful black women are because we be wonderful women. And we have a whole channel talking about how awesome we are. But unfortunately, too many of us engage in too much foolishness, so we're going to talk about the foolishness. That's what we're going to talk about. And this right here is foolishness. We're going to talk about how black women create the resentment and the hostility. Because this ain't so much even about Drake personally, nor that woman personally. This is about the concept behind why she thought it was okay. And how Drake understood that he should have done something like that to prevent the threat that was coming his way. We're going to talk about the non-consensual forcing of fatherhood on men. Because we live in a society where women have 100% of reproductive rights and men have none. A woman could never be forced into motherhood, ever. But she can force a man into fatherhood regardless of whether or not he's ready for that, regardless of whether or not he wanted that, regardless of whether or not he wanted her. Doesn't matter what his condition is, doesn't matter what his mind frame is, it doesn't matter who this man is. If a woman decides that that man is gonna have a child, he gonna have a child. Thank you, Philip J. A man can always be forced, apparently, even against his will and or without his consent. And it is not illegal. Unethical, perhaps, but not illegal. So we got a situation where women with this feminist-driven mindset have control over not only her biological function, but the biology of men in terms of being able to collect his seed and try to make something out of it, i.e. a child, and then force fatherhood on that man with her. See, this woman attempted to force herself into Drake's life. And nobody's looking at that part. While everybody's joking, while everybody's laughing at the hot sauce part of it, nobody's looking at the further or the deeper end of that pool and saying this woman was attempting to insert herself completely into that man's life with the understanding that that's not what he wanted from her. This is an IG thought. This is a 304. Okay? This is a hyena. Drake went to go get a hyena. Y'all put it in the chat for me. What did he go over there and get her for? What did he get her for? Did he go over there to get married to her? Did he go over there to have a child with her? No. He went over there to do exactly what they did. And as an IG thought, you know she got what out of it? What did she get? What did she demand? That's what she got. She got money. Because this is an Instagram situation. And we know what they own. You're going to have to cash out. You're going to have to Venmo. You're going to have to PayPal. You're going to have to do something. Because this isn't a situation where, you know, we cool, we kicking it, we got a little relationship going on. Let's chill for a minute in this hotel room. No, not at all. So she already see this situation as a come up. I was able to get the attention of Drake. Either Drake himself went into her inbox or they be having little representatives that get into these chicks' inboxes that solicit them for the transaction. This was not a relationship. This was not a relationship. This woman did not go into that situation thinking, I am going to get married to Drake. I am going to show Drake all of my wonderful womanly value. I'm going to get into this situation and I'm going to wow Drake with all of my different market values. I'm going to wow him with my personal market value. I'm going to have the dopest conversations with him that he ever had with a woman. That's not what she went in there to do. She didn't go in there talking about her belonging market value. She didn't walk up to Drake and was like, you know, I come from this such and such family. I come from that such and such family. This is my lineage. This is where I stay. This is where I, you know what I'm saying, hang out at. And these are the people that know me. And these are the people that are around me. These are the type of people that I surround myself with. She didn't care nothing about that. That was not the conversation. I guarantee you. I promise you that was not the conversation at all. She didn't go into no conversation with him talking about no friendship market value. Well, these are my friends. Do you want to meet the people that I socialize with? Nothing. And she certainly didn't go in there talking about no marriage market value. She was not trying to build a life with Drake. Not in the way that would have been traditional. The only conversation that they was trying to have was about her sexual market value. How she was going to throw that thing back and what kind of situation that was going to be. And we going to do this and we going to do that and we going to have a good time. How much does a good time cost with you? Well, a good time with me costs such and such amount of dollars. You Drake, so we not talking no $200-$300. Okay? Now you can have me sign whatever type of little release papers, gag orders or whatever it is that you're trying to make me sign to come up here to be with you. I will definitely sign that paper. And why would she definitely sign that paper? See, she didn't come up to him and say, I'm a whole threat to you, Drake. I am going to try to get you for everything I could get you for. This interaction, a follow-up interaction, some other kind of interaction. I need the likes up because I got 377 people and only 262 likes. Thank you, Bukulu. She came up as a covert hyena. Hey, Drake. How you doing? Tuck her weave behind her ear. Oh, so did you like what you saw on my Instagram page? She came up with the little smile. She came up with the outfit fitting just right in all the right places. She came up with her hair did, nails did, everything did. She smelling good. She looking good. She talking sweet. She talking soft. She's not in his face. She not being belligerent. She not being masculine. She being soft. She being vulnerable. She's giggling at all the jokes. Okay? She's respecting his entourage. Thank you again, Philip. She's not getting out of the way. She's not coming out of character. She's not getting out of context. She not overstepping her bounds. She not doing none of that because she trying to get in the door. See, her looks already got the attention. Now she trying to finish the deal. She trying to bring it on home. She trying to circle all the bases. So she can't mess up. She done got the base one. She got to get second base, third base, and back home. She know the game. She didn't come in here, and what you talking about? And don't talk to me like that. No. See, this is the danger of the covert hyena. So what is she doing? She's lowering his guard because she got to get past this. Even for the transaction, she got to get past this. She has to present herself. Thank you so much, the Maven. Even in the transaction, she got to get past the trouble and the threat to the best of her ability. Does she have to get past it the same way a potential wife would have to get past it? No. But she got to drop his guard enough that he know there's some threat, but she's not an ultimate threat. She got to present herself that she not going to, cut his throat once he presented to her. Thank you, Steel. Thank you, Goose Feather Brown, and thank you, Eugene Steele. See, she got to get past that enough. She got to do enough. Just enough. She got to smile enough. She got to be coy enough. She got to... You so crazy. Ooh, Drake, I didn't know you was this cool. Ooh. She got to put that on. She got to put on, even though this is the transaction, even though this is what's happening, all of this is taking place in the lost value system, she got to present herself as if she has more value than just her sexual value. She got to do it. She has to present herself as if she has more value than her SMV. Because that's what drops a man's guard. When he no longer senses the extreme trouble and the extreme threat, then he'll deal with her, even in the transaction. Let's hit a commercial break. Let's get the likes up on this commercial break because I got 446 wonderful people watching and I only got 319 likes. Get the likes up. I'm going to get a commercial break and we will be right back.
Black guy. Hello, how can I help you?
Hey, Habibi, look, my hang low ain't working like it's supposed to. You got any of them sex pills?
May I randomly suggest one of these generic products?
Nah.
You should take the A game, little bro.
Bling bling for the ding ding.
Nah.
You shouldn't be taking that poison, little bro. Here, try one of mine.
Yes, right.
A game will make a girl give you her credit card number.
It is very true.
Plus, it's an all-natural solution for men. Not like these gas station pills gonna make your manhood shrivel up and fall off.
Oh my golly, he's right. A-game is an all-natural solution for men. And you take it and it give you energy and libido and your vitality will be out the roof.
I feel it kicking in already. I'm gonna go home and show my girl.
Okay, but don't forget to drink 16 to 32 ounces of water.
Hey, baby.
Ooh, look who brought their A game.
And that A is for apocalypse. Cause I'm about to blow your back up. Ow!
Ooh, I love it when you bring your...
Okay, here we go. That commercial is like hilarious. That's one of the funniest ones. But anyways, let's get back to it. So we have this woman who has to put on enough charm, enough fake feminine energy to lower his guard so that he'll deal with her. Regardless of the little paperwork she got to sign and all of that. Because here's what the use of the paperwork is. Thank you, Quasi-Minute. Thank you. Here's what the purpose of the paper is. Do y'all know what the purpose of the paperwork is? What's the purpose of it? What is he trying to mitigate? What is he trying to mitigate with the paperwork? It's one word, and we just said it. He's trying to mitigate her threat level because he knows that he has not done a thorough job of this. He has not vetted her thoroughly. Why? Because he's only trying to get the transaction out of her. So he has not taken a lot of time. The time that he would take maybe if he were trying to settle down with a woman and have that woman become his wife. So if he were doing that, he'd take his time with time. He'd take his time with toll. He would take his time assessing her trouble and assessing her threat. He just wants the transaction out of her. So he got a speedball through this vetting process. So because he has not assessed all of her threat, he's trying to mitigate as much of her threat as he possibly could. And one of the main avenues that she could threaten him with, which was money and the stealing of his seed. Okay? The stealing of his seed. What else does that do to him? It ruins his legacy. That's the other thing that it does to him. Because he already made a song about the one child, his 4-year-old Adonis. How him dealing with the woman he was dealing with, again, another transaction, one time, he got caught up, not watching it, not mitigating her threat enough, and got caught up. So he's not intent on getting caught up again. That's what he's trying to prevent around here. He don't want to get caught up no more because he doesn't want to ruin his legacy. Because collecting a bunch of baby mamas, whether he does it consensually or whether these women do like this woman tried to do, which was steal his DNA and possibly succeed in a lot of these cases, is that it ruins him because he's not building legacy. He's collecting baby mamas. See, you can't build legacy with a bunch of baby mamas and broken families and dysfunctional relationships. You can't build that. Look at DMX. DMX died penniless and broken. And one of the reasons that happened is because the collection of baby mamas, the broken and dysfunctional relationships, the resentment, the hostilities that pop up because of these situations. Because I see these women see the come up. These women see the dudes with the money and all of that and the shiny lifestyle, and they want a part of that any way they can get a part of it. She knows she's not worthy to come into that man's life and really add value to that man's life and thus receive the benefit from the way this man is working in his life. She broken, she's scoping the fact that he broken, and she's coming to him within the transaction, within the lost value system. We're not going to create family because within the lost value system, family doesn't mean anything unless it's monetized. Gotta monetize your family. See, this woman that was dealing with Drake wasn't thinking about motherhood. Now, if she had succeeded and she wanted to go on a Victim Olympics tour about it, then yeah, she gonna talk about how she loved this baby and she always wanted to be a mom, but you know, she really wasn't looking to be a single mom, but it just happened and she just decided to keep the baby because, you know, well, I love my baby. You know, she'll play that role. She'll play that role, but she don't mean that. I need 450 likes. She don't mean that. And that's not what this is about for her. Because the family has no loving support under the lost value system. And none of them internal values, from spiritual value all the way up to dwelling, doesn't have a place in the lost value system unless there's money involved. For her, this is the cash grab. Because not only did she get the money that he paid her for even coming up in there, that wasn't enough. She was trying to double dip. I'm going to get him again. I'm going to get him for the long haul. See, this was just a one-time transaction. He might not invite me back. I might not get this opportunity again. So what am I going to do? I know what I'll do. I will, without his knowledge and consent, I will attempt to impregnate myself with his seed, birth a child that I'm sure will be his, and thus I will be able to control and dictate the course of the rest of this man's life while I get a bag for the rest of mine, or for at least for the duration that I'm raising this child. The child itself is the bag. This is what these hyenas is talking about when they say get to the bag. And we done covered this type of stuff before. The use of the children as a stepping stone in order to get and fulfill her selfish desires. This is not about motherhood. This is not about trying to be a good mom and raise a family. She don't care about none of that. She don't care about Drake because she was willing to bombard this man and just barge her way into this man's life. Knowing full and well that that wasn't the transaction deal. That wasn't the deal. He wasn't trying to have no long-standing nothing with her. And she know that. This was not a case like they like to try to talk about the narrative, how men lie to them and lead them on into relationships and they just didn't know, that he was going to lead me like this. No. They come into it with the transaction. They sign papers about the transaction. They agree to the transaction. And then they try to undercut the transaction, which is what she tried to do. I got the paper. I got the money. He done already, sent the money to my account, whatever. But I'm going to get him for the long haul. I'm going to go in here and get this DNA. And then she got a shock. Oh, snap. What is this? Yeah, that's what you get. Boop, that's what you get. For going into a trash receptacle to retrieve trash to put inside of your body, ma'am. What about the other thing? Because they're not going to say that she got paid, but we know better. Right? We know better than that. I got to talk to the women and then I'm going to talk to the brothers for a little minute. The reason why I'm diving again on what would appear to be a one and done type of topic. The reason why I'm going into it is because it is beyond and past time that women like myself, women like the women in the chat room, women like the women who listen to and agree with the things that I'm talking about on my channel, who agree with having accountability for what we do and taking responsibility for our actions as adult women. We have to be willing to point this out for what it is and snatch the cover back. We don't have to be willing to snatch the wigs off of these heifers. I said what I said. We have to be able to snatch the wig off. Just tear the whole lace front up. Just tear the whole lace front up. She ain't got no edges, no way, so we ain't worried about whether or not we messed up her edges. She ain't got no edges, no way. This is the edgeless empire. They don't have edges. They done snatched them all out. So we ain't gonna worry about our edges. Okay? We have to be willing. Thank you, 39 Dina. We as the women have to be willing to speak out loudly about this type of situation, because our brothers need to be protected from women like this. Because for as wide as this message has been getting out for the past few years, there are still a lot of men that are caught up, not truly understanding the threat level of these hyenas and the length that they will go in order to enact that threat. There are even fewer red pill women who are willing to not only see the threat, but expose the threat for what it is. Call it out on its face without sugarcoating it, without trying to make it look better than it is, without trying to take the sting out of it or any of that. This is why I talk the way that I talk, because I'm not trying to take the sting out of it. I'm trying to put the sting in. We're not taking the sting out. We're putting it in. And as long as good women, or the so-called good women, keep their mouth shut, we're complicit in this type of behavior. And when we're complicit with this type of behavior, we get the same thing that the hyena get: ignored and uncovered, and thrown to the wolves and left there. And then we'll be looking stupid, talking about why the men don't want us. This is why these women like to laugh at pick-mes. I'm gonna tell you why they like to laugh at a pick-me. Put a one in the chat you want to know why they really laugh at a pick-me. Thank you, Pisces. We're going to talk about why they really laugh at a pick-me. The reason why to these hyenas a pick-me is a laughing stock is because we've been quiet. And we have let them run amok and ruin our collective reputation as women. We have bowed down. We have bent over backwards. We have, quote unquote, tried to see it their way and have sisterhood with them and have camaraderie with them and have empathy with them, or flat out scared of them. And we have run off with our collective tails between our legs. So this is where they get the concept that a feminine woman is also a stupid woman, also a weak woman, also a jellyback woman, a noodle back. We don't have a backbone. We don't have a way to speak up. We don't speak out. The reason why they laugh is because we haven't spoken out even against them. So they know full well we ain't gonna speak out against no man at any point in time, even if we had to. Because we were stupid enough to let them have a microphone. Thank you, Matrix. Says salute to you for holding back DJ Fizzgrease from cussing out these hyenas. Salute to your evolution. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely an evolution. We classy around these parts. We can get our point across articulately around here and in a feminine way. But this is why they laugh at us. This is why these women laugh at the so-called pick-me, and they have all these pejorative terms for submissive women, specifically submissive black women, because we were stupid enough to let them have the microphone. We were stupid enough to let them speak for us without us saying anything and being too quiet and too meek and too hush-hush to really talk and speak loudly and say it with our back straight and say, hey, you don't represent me and you don't represent other black women. So it's you that need to go have a seat somewhere. It's you that need to go sit down somewhere, because I'm not going to allow you to misrepresent me, and I'm not going to allow you to misguide, deceive, and manipulate these men out here that will jade them to such a degree that they don't trust not now one of us, you or me, because they become so jaded that they can't tell the difference. And not only can they not tell the difference, it becomes not worth it to try to distinguish one woman from another. Because as long as we gonna have empathy for y'all, there is no distinguishing. Because if you agree, that means you down with what she doing. And if you're silent, the silence itself is an agreement. The silence itself is an agreement. That's why they laugh at pick-mes. That's why they even call us a pick-me in the first place. That's why they even got a term for it. That's why they call themselves jump bad when we talk. Oh, now you want to talk? You've been letting us run the narrative for 60 or 70 years now. Now you want to talk? Now you got something to say? I need 500 likes, please. I got 543 people watching right now. One last thing for the sisters, and then I'm going to have a word for my brethren. We cannot expect the men to know the difference, see the difference, or want to see the difference as long as we going to shut up and sit down and be good little girls. And not call out your so-called sister for the foolishness that she do. Because the one thing that we have to understand, if we are going to be red pill women and we are going to be women who are of the 10 life value success system, if we're going to be those women, if we're going to be the women that actually have marriage market value, that actually have their personal belonging, friendship, sexual, and marriage market value together. Thank you, Spark says. If we are going to be those women, then those women are not weak women. Those women are not stupid women. Those women speak out against a wrong when they see a wrong. And they're not afraid to do it. Those women are courageous women. Those women are women of the Most High. We're not scared. We're not supposed to be scared to speak the truth in the face of a falsehood. And I need the good women to get that out of their head, that being a good woman is to be a meek, stupid, or weak woman. Or a coward. We cannot wait until we have sons to gain the empathy to protect men. We have to be able to protect men even if we have no sons. Even if we have no husband at the time. Because we need to have empathy for black men because we're black women. That's why. Because we see the humanity in every black man. Not in just the ones that are close to us, or just the ones that cover us, or just the ones we benefit from. for the brothers. I know that we live in a society that promotes this casual hookup, transactional, lost value system way to deal with women. I know that. But at some point, brothers, a little bit of discipline got to go a long way. And I'm saying this because this is the job of the feminine ward. That is my job. As a feminine woman in this space that you are listening to right now, it is my job as a feminine red pill woman to ward for you. This is why we talk about this. This is why I talk about the vetting system. See, this is to help you get past and get through and to avoid these hyenas out here that's got traps set up. This is how you avoid getting caught up with a lost value system nut job that's only out for a come up, that's only out for self, and she don't care about what you go through. She don't care about what happened to you. She don't care even about the seed that she carried that's from you. She don't care about that either. Because in the lost value system, nothing that's internal is worth anything without money. Whatever a come up is to her in her mind, you don't gotta be a millionaire like Drake. A lot of these hyenas present the same type of threat to every man, because the chick in the hood that see the dope boy, that's a come up for her. He might not have no millions of dollars or nothing like that. He got a little piece of car, he got a little BMW or something like that. He rocked the latest Timbs and all that. And in her mind, that's a come up. And she'll scheme and scrape and connive and manipulate as much as she got to do that in order to get that man caught up so she can come up. And she don't care what that catching up do to him. She don't care. And if you are driven, brothers, only by, she looking good, she thin in the waist and cute in the face. If that's the only thing, if that's all it takes to get you to drop your guard, where you're not looking at her threat and you're not looking at her trouble, then this is where she can get you. This is how she can get you. It never hurts to have more discernment in that area. Yes, these women are out here, doing whatever, but they are not even keeping up the integrity of the transaction. There is not even honor among thieves with these women. Well, we kind of in the same boat together doing dirt, so I'm going to keep my end of the dirt good and you keep your end of the dirt good, and then we meet up, do our dirt together and part ways. They're not even doing that. They're not even doing that. No level of honesty from your part in saying this is what this is a transaction, is really stopping her from enacting a threat if she can. If it's at all possible. So if you have any personal feminine wards around you, mothers, sisters, women that actually care about your well-being as a human being, as a man, please, I urge you, brothers, to listen to them. Don't get caught up, like Belle Biv DeVoe said, thank you, AKs and curtains, on a big butt and a smile. You can't get caught up. Because they out here manufacturing big butts and barely smiling at you. They barely smiling at you to begin with. They don't like you. And they don't want you. They don't want nothing to do with you except for how you can benefit them. And they do not care how they destroy you in the process of that. If you think you have humanity in the eyes of these hyenas, you're wrong. Thank you again, Matrix. You're wrong if you think they see you as a human being and have empathy for you as a human being and as a man. They do not. They do not. These gynocrats, feminists, hyenas out here do not care one shred about you and nothing you stand for. They'll talk that talk. They'll play that role. They'll do this and that. Try to make you believe that they got a heart pumping inside their chest. But they don't. All fake. All of it. That little soft talking they doing and all of that, fake. Cap. Boom. Knock it off. Okay? I'm just trying to let you all know what it really is out here. The laws of value system is not a joke at all. The laws of value system is serious and it is destroying us collectively and individually. Destroying. Killing, like people is getting in the ground because of this stuff. And I'm just looking out for my brothers. I don't want to see you caught up. There's too much information out here now. These women are telling you out of their mouth they don't care. Believe them. All right. So this wonderful show was brought to you by A-Game. And what is A-Game? A-Game is a male herbal solution with 21 wonderful herbs and no artificial ingredients. So no caffeine, no sweeteners, no sugars, or anything like that. Just natural 100% goodness. So if you want to be part of the A-Game family, all you got to do is click the link at the top of the chat, which is agameherbal.com, and you get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10. So fellas, if you want to get on your A-Game, ladies, you got fellas in your life that you want on their A-Game, just click the link. You can have this box of awesomeness coming to you ASAP. I want to thank everyone for their generous contributions, everyone for their likes, for their attention, and a warm thank you for my team, without which none of this on this channel is possible. So thank everyone. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.